see everyone coming up. I see you, Reverend Joe Asman. God bless you. We're about to go live. God bless you. Can we all see ourselves? I see, let me get, I don't see Denzel on yet. I'll be switching back and forth on some of the streams. We can only accommodate 6 at a time, so Jesus is Lord. We talk about our dear friend who went to be with the Lord 4 years ago. And before we begin, just ask Pastor Joe, can you just open us with a word of prayer, please? Pastor Joseph Asman.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Father, we thank you. We bless you for this moment that we can come together and share in these memories and these moments in remembrance of our friend, our brother. Thank you, God, for the impact that he made on many lives. And thank you, God, that tonight as we recall, as we live to remember, that, oh God, this remembrance would bring freshness, will bring peace, would bring joy. Today we can talk about our dear brother and laugh and smile because of the impact. Father, we pray that this would benefit and impact many lives as well, even in this moment. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. God bless you all. There's a song I'm playing called Turning Point. I want to go back to one in the old days and see if who can remember, and then we'll let Koda do some talking. This was one of the first one I got from Danny. Can we all hear this one? Koda, do you remember this tune?
I remember this, but I think this is more of Pastor Joe Asman's time.
Yes.
I only saw the cassette when I get the shop fly.
Yeah, you say you saw the cassette, right?
Yeah, so this one is a little above my.
I love it. Pastor Joe, can you remember this song? I mean, I got it on the cassette from him. Yeah. So,
right?
It was in this black shirt with this.
Of course.
Yes.
Multicolored African.
This was long ago. Again, it was on a cassette. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, to God be the glory. Neokai, what about you? What can you remember this song? Oh, he's gone up. Mommy, are you there? Can you remember this song from Danny? Is your audio off? We can't hear you, Mommy. Well,
can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Can you remember this song?
Okay. Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
All right.
Wow.
Yes. I remember this on the cassette when he gave it to me. Yes.
It's hard to see because of the light.
All right. Neokai, can you remember this song?
I do, but I don't seem to hear the rest when they are speaking.
Oh, you can hear the rest.
I wonder
of the
whether
people.
they can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
No, we can't hear.
You can hear. Oh, let me see.
The music
No, we
is
can't hear anyone.
Okay. Let's see if we can get.
They are
Neokai
there, but
in
they are
here.
very soft.
That's very soft. Okay.
Yeah.
Neokai, can you go ahead now? We can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me.
I can hear you. Can you all hear Neokai?
The music is louder than the voice. So
Say something.
Yeah, I'm lowering it now. Neokai, you
Right.
okay?
No, I can hear myself. I can hear you, but when they are speaking, I don't.
You cannot hear them.
He's
Okay.
still a little soft.
Yeah, it is very faint.
Very
I'm sure
faint for you.
It's the same with them as well.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, bear with us. We're bringing people from different continents. And I've lowered it and I've increased all your volume. Can you all hear each other?
Okay.
Nisai, can you hear
Hi.
Neokai? Can you hear Koda?
I can hear Koda right now.
I don't think he's
No, because
talking.
I'm not talking.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's still very faint.
It's
though.
still very
It sounds
faint to you?
Very distant. Yeah, it's
Okay.
not faint to me.
Yeah, I'm lifting up the master volume and everything. so we can all hear one another. The joys of technology, right? Yeah. Is it a little bit better now?
Yours is loud and clear.
We hear you.
But I think
You can hear me
it's-
clear?
yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hear
very
you guys.
clearly.
Yeah. But you guys still can hear each other quite well here, right?
Yeah, it's a bit
it's still a
faint.
little
It's a bit
faint.
Still a little faint. Okay. I'm lifting everyone's volume, and hopefully that will solve our problem here. Ladies and gentlemen, please bear with us as we try to get our technology working. Okay, let's see here. Neokai is here. Mommy, I can see you there. And all your volumes are up?
Okay.
Okay. All right, so we'll take from here. So Neokai, I was asking you about this song. I don't know if you can remember it. I Surrender. You were showing us Nisai, the cassette. That was one of his first album I've ever heard. I think I saw him at Faith Foundation. Can you all remember Faith Foundation? It was at the YWCA, I believe. And that's where I saw him minister in the 90s, I believe. And we made friends then, but we never hooked up until years later when he came to the U.S. And I thank God for that opportunity to have hooked up with him when he came and spent so many years with him. My story with Danny is just, I don't know where we start. I was telling Mommy A from the other day, when he came to America, we had church service, and unfortunately that day my keyboardist did not show up. Koda, can you believe this? And Danny came to church and said he was going to play for me, and I was floored. I said, "Man, you Danny Nettey, and you're going to play for me?" And he said, "Come on, Clarence, go there. I'll play for you." And it was just something I could not believe, that this guy in my mind that was a mega star said, "Go and lead praise and worship. I'll play for you." And it just set something off in my heart with him and with me, and we just bonded over so many years. I mean, his humbleness, I call him the gentle giant. As we go through the show, I will bring some stories. I know we all have stories. So I want to begin with Mommy Ephron first tonight. Mommy, can you tell me your first encounter with Danny?
Oh gosh, that was so when I met Didi, I call him Didi because that's what we know.
Already gone to Kvas, if I'm right. So she sent me a message and told me that somebody came to sing on Kvas campus. He sounds like a whiner. And I said, yeah, right. So, I mean, one way or the other, he told me that, I don't know what part Pastor Asma played, but there was one program they had at the auditorium. I remember it clearly well. So I went there, I don't know what was the harvest program. I don't really remember, but when I went there, he came to sing, and then he played a little bit, and I heard his voice, and I was like, oh boy, he sounds like the right. But I just, of course, small boy, I couldn't connect with him at that time. So it's when Pastor Joe Beecham, I was involved with Pastor Joe Beecham's album, so we met him a couple of times at the trade fair for programs. Even that one, connecting was a bit difficult because, I mean, that was dominating. So God being so good, when I was on Tech Campus, my next door neighbor was Bishop Sly. He was, so Bishop Sly, what is his actual name?
Ediama.
Ediama. Oh, Bishop Ediama. Yes. So he was my next door neighbor. He was doing his master's at that time. So Danny came over and could spend like maybe a week or two at his place. So then that was my opportunity. I just slipped into the room and then made friends with Danny, and then he introduced me to BB Winance's cassette. He would drop things with me, and that's how our friendship grew from there. To be able to
Awesome.
connect with him.
All right.
I mean, the other sides of it, but maybe as we go along, I'll tell you.
We can talk about it. I want to play one of his songs we listened through. Rescue. I love this song as well. After we, yeah, yes. After we come back, then we'll go to Pastor Joe and we'll go to Neo Kai and Pastor Asma to tell us. Let's listen to Rescue.
Rescue the perishing, care for the dying, snatch them in pity from sin and the grave. Weep over everyone, lift up the falling, tell them of Jesus, they're mighty to save. Though they are sliding him, still he is waiting, waiting the penitent child to receive. Plead with them earnestly, plead with them gently. He will forgive if they only believe. Rescue the patient. Jesus is merciful. Jesus will save. Jesus is merciful. He will save. Dance in the human heart, crushed by the tempter. Feelings like fury that grace can restore. Touched by a loving hand, wakened by kindness. Cords that were broken will vibrate once more. Rescue the perishing, duty demands it. Strength for thy labor, the Lord will provide. Back to the narrow way, patiently win them. Tell the poor wanderer a Savior has died. Yes, he did. Oh, Jesus is merciful. Jesus will save. Rescue the perishing. Jesus is merciful. Jesus will save. Rescue. Jesus is merciful. Jesus will save. Set the rescue all who are dying. Jesus is merciful and he will save.
Rescue, rescue, that's the big call. The Great Commission, the call of compassion. Get busy, step out into town. Don't let them drown, have your lives turn around. Time to leave, believe, retrieve as you have received. That's what you got to give. See the Father, the Son, and the
For me, this was, I see Reverend Denzel is on. We'll get him on air too. This was the first time I heard rapping gospel song. I'm back, that's how far
Was that you
ahead.
doing the rap?
I don't know. That was not me. Who was that? I will not fess up to that one. Well, to God be the glory. Reverend Denzel, I see you. We'll bring you on shortly. We'll bring you on as well. Reverend Joe, Yibi, can you tell us your first encounter with Danny?
So I met Danny when I joined the Soul Clinic Church choir right after secondary school,
Okay.
and we had an event that Danny was the guest singer, and I was in the back of the choir, but somehow I think I was either holding the mic or I was one of the DVs, something. But after the service, he came to me and said, "Young man, you need to move to the front. There's so much in you that God has in store for you. So stop hiding in the back and come up front." And that was my very first encounter with him. I don't know what he saw, what he heard, but he just felt to tell me that. And then, so fast forward later, we had the opportunity to meet him at Tech when we would have intellectual. He was one of the guest speakers, and then he would come once in a while to minister, so we could, have some time to talk. But eventually, a friend of mine called Wild was doing a project at Case Frequency, so that's when I actually had the chance, because Danny was the engineer on the project, and I got closer and was able to connect better there. So that was how.
That's how you met him. Wow. We all have
Yeah,
our different way of encountering.
yeah,
Neokai,
different.
can you give us
Clarence,
your
Hello.
yes. Go ahead.
this is a
Okay,
joke
good.
that
So
would make, but
I
I'm
was
noticing that you're calling all
my
the dark
first
skinned
year on
people. Why?
Tech
You
Campus.
called
There was
Confidence, you
something
called me now,
called
you
Yeah.
said baby. Why are you so good? What
No,
is
no,
that?
no. Sorry. Hold on. Let Neokai go. Then I will come and answer your question. And please go ahead.
Okay. So I was in my first year of Tech Campus, and they had something called a Conti Praise.
That's how we
The
can hear
Unity
you.
Hall had this
You guys still
gospel,
can hear
That's
him?
how we can
And
hear
his
you.
voice is a little far away.
Okay. I'm lifting him up.
It could be from his mic if it
Is
can.
it
Yes.
better?
Yes. I think if you come closer, we can hear you better. I can hear you fine. I think they cannot.
Yeah. I can't tell why. I couldn't hear Pastor JB for most of the time as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Anyway, so is it better?
Yeah, I can hear you well. It's still low for
Kuda
you
says it's
guys.
not. Let me take. Let me take. Let
Okay.
me go raw.
What? Yeah.
Is this still better?
I mean, your audio is fine to me, but
Is it
they
better?
say, can you guys hear him well? One need fix it. Let's go to Pastor Joe Asma. Speak, then we'll get back to Neokai. I'll fix his mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny's, our encounter was in the 80s. We were
Wow.
in secondary school. Yeah, we were in the secondary school. I mean, he was in Accra. I was University of Practice Secondary in Cape Coast. But we were all in the Scripture Union. So we traveled. I came to Accra for Scripture Union National Camp meeting. And that was when we connected. Somehow there was something that, a natural thing that connected us. And in the evenings during the camp meeting, we go and sit under a tree. He brought his acoustic guitar, so he'll be playing. There was a song. I don't know if he wrote that song. After that, we shall be transported by the Lord to the sky, to heaven for holiday.
Wow.
Eternally, we'll be. And we'll be singing, and so the entire camp, everybody will come and sit around. We'll sit we'll sit and sing in the evening. So that was the first encounter. But fast forward, those days we couldn't call or talk on the phone or anything. But every now and then when we have camp meetings, we will meet. But I didn't get to connect with him again after a very long time, and I think it was at the Cadbury Road something that we met again, and that was it. We reconnected, and it's been history since then. It was just, he became a brother. Yeah.
Became a brother. Awesome. Neokai, I see you are back now. I can hear you well. Can you guys hear me? Nee, you want to go ahead? Reverend Dance. Okay. While he gets ready, I'm going to cut to a video. Let's watch it and then we'll be back.
More than a song, I give to you. More than a song, I give to you. I give my heart, my life, my all. More than a song, I give to you. More than a song, I give to you. I give my heart, my life, my all. I give you me. Oh, yeah. Here I am before your throne. I come to worship you alone. I present my body as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable, Lord, yeah, yeah. More than a song, more than a song, I give to you. More than a song, more than a song, I give to you. I give my heart. More than a song, I give my heart, my life, my all. I give you me. I give you me. More, more, more than a song. More, more, more than a song. More, more, I give to you more than a song. My heart, my mind, my soul, every part of me, my life, my mind, my Lord, my all, more than a song.
Oh, wow. Can you all remember this one?
Yeah.
More than a song. Oh, wow.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, yes. He was just far, far, far ahead of his time. I see Neokai is still trying to connect, but that's fine. Reverend Denzel, when he gets in, we'll bring him on. This was one of the songs that I cherish so much. I mean, the depth and the revelation that we need to bring more to the Lord. And that impact, I believe, each and every one of us, as we talk how we encounter him, it shows his humbleness. It shows how truly he was dedicated to his craft. One of the things I do regret still up to now, every year when he comes, you said, Clarence, which new chord have you learned? And I said, I'm still on C. And, he give me that eye and look at me and said, dude, what's wrong with you? I taught you C 6 years ago. You still playing in C. When are you going to progress? But he would do it out of love, not hatred. But I love him for that. So, Nisa, I know you have some stories about Danny. I mean, we're talking about his goodness. There's some side I'll talk about that. I was telling Mommy the other day, we went on a vacation in Seattle, Washington. And we saw this device. It's like the boat. It swings like a pendulum from left to right. And Danny said, Clarence, let's go. I want to try that. And I said, you sure? He said, yes, let's go try that. So we got in this boat. It swings like a pendulum. So it goes 1, it goes 2. But the 5th one is almost vertical. Coda. It's like straight up. Then I hear from the back, he spoke in Ghana. And the translation my wife gave me was, he said, oh my God, who brought me here? And I said, oh. so this mighty man of God is afraid of height. And the next thing I heard from my brother was, Charlie, tell them to stop, tell them to stop, tell them to stop now. So I had to hit the emergency and the thing came down. And I said, dude, what happened? He said, man, I didn't know it was that high. I'm sorry. But the way he said it in Ghana was so funny, like, oh my God, who brought me here? I've asked for my own trouble. And it was just one of those experiences. I see Reverend Denzel now. We'll switch to him and bring him live, and I'll get back to you guys. Reverend Denzel, how are you? I'm going to cut to you guys, to Reverend Denzel. Reverend Denzel, how are you?
Hi. Wow, awesome. Thank you so much for having me. My seniors, I salute you all. Such an amazing time, and to see, I've been watching almost for, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome.
Yes, we're having a little bit of
it was
audio.
quite,
Yeah. But I can hear you. Can you guys hear Denzel?
It's soft.
Soft. It's still soft. Wow.
Yes, very soft. If the rest of them are also very, very soft, you can open up.
Okay.
Everybody.
Let's do that.
Yeah. So the first time I encountered Minister Danny as a person, the first time I met him was on campus, and he came to minister, and then I had seen him on TV, like, I saw him on the fan milk advert thing, and then I bought the My All to You cassette. That time it was cassette, and I told myself, I was like, I would want to meet this person one day, and then I had the opportunity of meeting him on campus Legon when he came to minister. So when he came, I think Ernest, the bassist, introduced me to him, and I said, okay. And I think at that time he was also looking for some backup singers, and I happened to be available at that time. And well, the rest. I think that year was 2006 thereabout. But then I had already known him, admired him from afar. But the time I personally encountered him, 2006. Yes.
2006.
And that was
awesome.
when I met him. Yeah.
That's when you met him as well. Awesome.
Yeah.
To God be the glory. While we try to sort our audio out, I'm going to play. Most people have listened to just his English song, and there's one song I believe is in Ghana. Let's listen to it, Mokobe.
Hello. It's
Mini
Well, praise God. Who can tell us about this song, Moko Moko Be? Code, are you there?
Yes, but no, I didn't work on this one.
You
I don't
didn't
know
work
who
on
worked on this one. I thought who worked on this one. No, me?
Nee, did you work on
Yep.
Moko Be?
Yeah, I
No, he
did.
was part of the song, so he
You were
would
part
know
of
how
this,
it was
yeah.
taken.
So give us the history behind this one.
You know, I had been having a hard time with, his parents and some people that he hasn't written a Ghana song. So, so he called me and he said, look, finally I have one. So, Charlie, we have to do it. And I've called Josh and Charlie, you have to add your voice to it. Let's make it happen. I think he booked K-Way Studio.
Okay.
And I got there, so none of us, had lyrics written. We had to write the lyrics then at the studio. So if you recall, he sang, a few verses or a few lines. He said, Charlie, so everything was like, everything you hear in the music was the way it was. Like, Charlie, I finished, so you to come and put something there.
Put something there, yes.
And that was it. It was exciting. I mean, just hearing him, because growing up, you asked me earlier when my voice, when the sound wasn't too good, how I met Danny.
Mm-hmm.
In an interesting way, young guy was mentioned in school called Jas Hammond. Came across Danny's cassette, or was it he heard it over the radio and he said, who is this disappointed American crowd? We hadn't met him, like we didn't know him. So I went to Tech Campus, and Unity Hall was having their Conti Praise, and Danny one of the guest artists. And I remember it very graphically because there was this guy called John Agbozo on campus, and he was the dawn when it comes to music. Like, he was a chief musician on campus. And for some reason, John Agbozo was playing keyboards for Danny. I knew John Agbozo to be a bassist. He was all round. He was playing keyboard for Danny, and Danny wasn't happy with a chord or two. So all I saw was Danny, go back and take the keyboard away from John Agbozo, fix the mic and play himself and sing. And I'm like, who does that? Who does that to our chief musician on campus, and all that. So I watched this guy throughout the program. He could sing, he could play anything. And I was like, God, I've always prayed I'll meet someone who can impart something into my life. I think this is the day. Wow. So right after the concert, I accosted him. Like, I gave him space. I was like, you have to bless me before you go. And there was this guy he came with who was in Soul Clinic. It's interesting that Pastor JB mentioned Soul Clinic. There was this guy, he was a drummer in Soul Clinic who used to back Danny. He was one of his tenors. So the guy gave me up because Soul Clinic used to, in Fancy School, to do school evangelism. Let me, singing Fancy School band and the choir and all that. So the guy blew my cover and told Danny that I've heard this boy. He's very good. And then Danny shot a second look at me. And then this time he felt within his spirit to pray for me. So he lifted me up. I don't know why he did that. He just carried me, and later on in life, he confirmed that he had no release in the spirit to impart to anybody. But that night, he felt led of God that, yes, you can do it with this young boy. Wow. So Danny, prayed with me that day, and the relationship began. I later would realize that we even share the same birth dates in September and all that. So that was a story with Danny. He and since I met him, he had been trying hard, because coming back to the question you asked, trying hard to sing, a Ghana song or write a Ghana song. He did a couple of known Ghana songs, but that's one, this Mokobe, was something that he said his mother was very excited about, that he had written a Ghana song, so we needed to get on board. He was very excited about it, very, very excited about this particular song, and we joined him up, and it turned out pretty well.
Awesome. I'll add that. I'll bring Mommy Ephron in. I remember I Will Worship You, and there was a pastor in Virginia that he said, man, there's one of the whiners has written a new song. Can you listen to it and learn it, and let's sing it? And then he played the song. And I said, oh, it's a friend of mine. He said, you know the whiners? I said, no, his name is Danny Nettey. He said, who? He said, Ghanaian? I said, yes. He said, Ghanaian, he's a friend of mine. He said, no. This is from the whiners. And the guy was arguing with me. It's a pastor. So let's go. I Come, we play I Come, and the medley he did with I Will Worship You, and then we'll come back and watch another video.
Ever faithful, ever leaving God, we come and bow before you. We're so desperate to be in your presence, oh God. I come, desperate, Lord, to be in your presence. I come, Lord, I come, longing just to be in your presence. Lord, I long to worship you. Yes, I long to worship you. Say, I come, desperate Lord, to be in your presence. Say, I come, leaving everything behind, Lord. I come, yeah, longing just to be here. Lord, I long to worship you. Oh Lord, yes, I long just to worship. Lord, I long to worship only you, yes. I long to worship. Hey, Lord, I long to worship. Leaving everything behind, Lord, I come. I bow and prostrate before you, God, and worship worship you alone. Lord, I come to worship you and only you, yes. I long to sing. I will worship you, lift you high above the earth and the heavens. That's what I want to do, oh God, every day of my life. I will worship you.
God, my God. Wow. I have to stop it there. Sorry. Wow. When I first heard this song, guys, oh my Lord, I don't know. Jesus. The pastor gave it to me. I was telling you, I said, oh, wow, Danny. To God be the glory. I mean, he made an impact, and we thank
Amen.
God. I see all of you and everyone watching us, wherever you're watching us from, he truly made an impact. I want to take us back to a place. I don't know where you guys were on that morning. I was on air like I normally am on radio, and a friend called me, and I said, "What are you talking about?" You look, don't play that sort of joke with me right now, because I just spoken to him maybe 7 days before we're about to buy his ticket to come. So I called his first number, and we had a pattern. I'll call first number, call the second number in succession. That means 911. Pick up immediately, and he didn't pick up. I said, "What? No." Then I called his cousin, Charles. Charles wasn't aware. Charles said, "Let me call him. I'll call you back." And time froze for me on that day. I don't know about any of you, but please go ahead. Where were you on that day? Pastor Joe Asman, are you there?
Yeah. It was a heavy day. I remember the moment I heard the news. The only person the two people that I immediately knew that I had to call was me and Koda, and I needed a confirmation. It was hard to believe. It was very, very tough. Everything was running through the head, and so I believe it was me. I think it was me who confirmed it that is true, and Koda also confirmed it, and so yeah, I was in the house. I was home.
Yeah,
And
I know.
so it
Koda?
wasn't an easy one.
So I was in New Jersey at that time, at my sister's place, and my nieces and nephews, when they wake up outside, and then she had a phone in her hand and said that Pastor Asma wants to talk to you. And my sister is all the type that will disturb you when you are praying. That's not her thing. And I mean, me and Pastor Asma, he's my big brother. I report to him frequently in Jersey. But that early in the morning, I was wondering where could be this? So I motioned to my sister and said that I'll call Ashko back. Then he said, no, stop and come. So I picked up the phone, and I remember clearly what Pastor Asma said, Kofi Otsudan, inviting me in, how are you? How is it around ma? I said, so far. The questions were not really tying up for me. And then he was like, oh, has anybody called you from Ghana this morning? I said, no. Then he said, Kofi, Danny has gone to be with the Lord. Hey, laddie, it didn't go well. It did not go well.
I know. Mommy, I know you guys had just come back from Ghana.
Yeah.
Where were you guys?
Yeah.
Inside?
Yeah.
We were home.
We were home. That particular day, I stayed up late, and I was working into the night. So it was around 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and I was still working. Nisa was fast asleep. We were like, fast asleep. And around 2 a.m., one of my friends, who is also her husband is very good friends with BD, Emmanuel Ashley, all Accra guys. And so his wife, because he knows how close I am to BD, she sent me a message, and I was like, why is Felicia writing to me at this time? And then the person who used to be Auntie Esther Cover's direct personal assistant also sent me a message at 2 a.m. And I'm like, why is Fortune writing to me at this time? And she just wrote and just blurted it. I don't think she knew how to tell me. So she just went ahead and told me. So I quickly woke me. I was like, Nisa, Diego. And I was like, what? Nisa got up, like,
Yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah, that was a huge jolt. Like you said, time froze because I think we had just come back from Ghana a week prior, and I actually had tried calling him. I think I tried a couple of times on Wednesday, and he was busy. So I was like, okay, on the weekend we'll connect. So yeah, I mean
Oh, wow.
that.
Thanks, please.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
and actually, yeah, you're right. Mom is
Yeah.
right. He
Great
called
one.
me and I missed, so we actually
yeah.
played
Wow.
contact a
Okay.
couple of times. Yeah.
Let's go to
So
Reverend Denzel. Then we'll come back to Neo Kai and Pastor Joe because Pastor Joe was in Ghana, I believe, at that time. Denzel, Reverend Denzel,
Yeah.
where were you on that day, sir?
That morning, I got into work, and for me, that was when I also met Nisa and Mamiya from. It's just around that same time because
Okay.
the first time I met them was, in fact, and the last time I saw them was at Embrace concert. And he just introduced me to them, and he was like, "Hey, this is my guy," blah blah blah. And then we started talking. But I remember that day. That day I was going to pay to enter into the program, and he was like, "What are you doing? Come and let's go," because he was ministering there. I sat with him. It was like he's tired, and we're talking. I was like, "Oh, if you're tired, then what keeps you here? Go home, and all that." So I think somebody drove him home that day, um, and so that was the last time I saw. And then that morning I was at work. We're getting ready for touching God's heart. It was. For me, it was like everything shut down for me that morning. Like everything shut down for me. I just asked permission. I left work. That I don't know how to put it, but confused. I was confused. I was messed up. Like my father started calling, my mother started calling. I mean, they all knew how close I was with him in that regard, and so many. And the funny thing is, just a week or so after that, before the Embrace program, he took us out to go and that he likes to let people, that was rough. The only thing I remember is what I put on Facebook. I said my father, and for me, that's not a day I like to relive.
I understand.
But
We
then
understand.
also, anytime I remember that day, it gives me hope. It also gives me assurance, and also it makes me put myself in check. So mostly around that time, I always sit back and I ask myself a lot of questions about ministry and what I'm doing. I'm in focus and I'm doing it right. So that day symbolizes a whole lot of things for me. It's not just about Danny going to be with the Lord, but it's all about the assignment. And just prior to what he had put on our WhatsApp group, it was I think Eugene Zuta and Do Camero's birthday, I believe. And he had put Grace, as you minister,
Yes.
And so you should have seen me that day. The number of text messages I sent to the phone. And the scary part is it was going through.
Yeah.
But there was no response.
No response. Yeah.
And then I called. I think I called. The next person I called was David, Drum Davidos. And all he said was, and that's all he said. And I think that was enough for me. And then after that, tried to embrace what has happened. So that day was a day of mixed feelings.
Awesome. I'm sure we all share the same experience. Also, voice. I want to go to a song to take us back a little bit. Then we'll come to Neo Kai and Pastor Joe to tell us their experience. Let's listen to this one. Yes.
Hello. It's me.
You can text me, Lisa.
And we just worship Him.
I'll take it again. Mitiasia, mitimao, made up in my heart. Selius, miamie, miumao, made up in my heart. Selius, miamie, miumao. When you know oh, again. Mitias, Mitimawo, come on, everybody. Semi Wunswa, oh, yeah. Hey, oh Lord, yeah. I quit, say it again. I quit no more. I quit no more. Mija budi, mitasia. Oh, can you play for me, sir? Just come and go ahead.
Oh, hallelujah. Nettey, and we'll see how we can wrap up this evening.
Yeah, so early morning, I think it was about like, oh, what kind of question is it? So I started trying to call Danny to see whether I could reach him. I couldn't reach him. Then I called Nettey, who was his PA, to see if he knew where Danny was and what was up. And he was like, "Oh, they had a meeting yesterday. They had made several plans for today. So I was okay. He should be at home or something." So apparently at the Kolebu place where his body had been sent, so they had seen it, and I think had hinted Ace that you know.
You are breaking up a little bit, Pastor Joe. Can you hear us?
I only got to know that late. And then on the road, I heard Joy FM, talking about unconfirmed reports. So I'm like, what's going on? Only to sad that Uncle Danny was gone. Yeah.
Wow. Neokai, can you go ahead and then I'll play one song? And yes, we where were you, Neokai?
Okay, so the the eve of that, we were all on a WhatsApp group celebrating Eugene Zuta and Pastor Camille Doe. And very characteristic of Danny, when everybody has finished and is going to sleep, then he will bring his birthday message. So when he wrote the famous words, to both of them, grace, grace, and more grace, bring more people in, And so I didn't even see that because I was in New Jersey then. I was with my brother Sylvester Tamaklo. So I woke up the next morning to realize that, I had missed calls and messages, there were too many. I clearly realized something had happened, so I glossed through the message because there were too many, and I went to that of Kojo Pond of Sunny FM, and Kojo had a very simple message. He said, I'm hearing something. Is it true? And I'm like, well, I'm in New Jersey, so you find out. He said he's on the way to the house, So Kojo went over and then got back to me and said, it is true. I don't know whether I had a migraine or a trigrain or a quadrigrain or whatever. I was just, I don't know. And here I was in New Jersey. I didn't know what to do. People were calling, asking. It was crazy. And as I speak, I can just relive the moment. It's nothing any of us planned for. It's nothing that was revealed to me or anybody. It was just crazy. We I don't know, but that day, that 15th of July, I don't think I'll ever forget that day.
Yes, sir. We just want to send our love. We know they're listening to Becky, to Vero, to Ike, to Abby. Danny impacted each and every one of us, so many people all around the world. There are some that couldn't join us. I believe, Nisa, you and Mommy have something, a readout you want to read from one of his dear friend. He even give her a new name. I don't want to reveal that name on air, so please go ahead. Please go ahead and read it.
So this is from Dinah Kwanzaa, who's in Virginia now. So she says, my first encounter with Danny was at Accra SU Fellowship. Then he became my music director at the then Family Worship Center of Comeback Ministries. He then became my friend, and I later was accepted into the Nettey family as a sister. I always diverted my route from Mataheku to First Light just so I could stop at the Ananu house and check with him and the family before I went about my endeavors. We had some good times and challenging times, but through it all, I was inspired by his excellent spirit to be all I can be in the faith, as well as in ministry work and what God has called me to be. Only Danny can give someone a nickname like, and then in quotes, Mrs. Brown, and make it stick. Stephen Chambers for the story behind the name. I thank God for the day our paths crossed. May this great, gentle giant, like Reverend Clarence calls him, rest well with his maker. Miss you always, Edie.
Amen.
From
Awesome.
Diana. And I just, I think when everyone shared earlier about meeting Danny, for me, it goes back to when I was 11 and in Form 1 at Accra. So this is going back to 1985.
Man,
when
that's how old you are.
Let's go there. I'm owning it graciously and gracefully. But I had gone, to Form 1, and Danny was in Form 3 then, and was already extremely active in scripture. I think he was a leader then already, and usually people don't become leaders until Form 4 or Form 5. But Danny was already very well established in his faith and in mentoring a lot of people. And so for me, he was actually the one who challenged me to, step into my faith. And also with everything I know about music and me kind of pursuing that, it was Danny literally like, and if, those who know Danny, he's the gentle giant, but you don't make a mistake about his authority and his determination and his ability to like chastise you. Those who at Accra can know him as school prefect, and we used to call him Lou Man. And if you are a Ghana and you know what it means to lose someone's doing, you understand what it means. But he was so disciplined, so focused, and I think the person I am today is in many ways, credited to him, because he was my big brother from day one. And even when I left Ghana back in '93, he never stopped watching, and never stopped checking me, and never stopped challenging me to do better, and to stay steadfast. And that's how I met this young lady next to my side. So I just thank God for Danny.
We thank God for Danny. Amen. I want to play one of the songs that I cherish so much. I think Koda works on this one. Then we'll go to Koda, and then we'll get closing words from each of you.
God, confess it and believe it. Then you will receive it.
SunlightRadio.com.
Yeah, Koda,
Listen
let's do this.
everywhere.
I got some folks out there that want to know what it is like to believe, because for a long while they haven't received. So we got to confess it over and over. Y'all ready? Let me hear my back and say, Lord, I believe. Yes, I do. I believe. Say one more time. Lord, I believe that affairs are possible. I believe by faith that we can move mountains. I believe God's love flows like a fountain. I believe in living life like an eagle, soar over all your situations. I believe, oh yes, I believe, yes I do. I believe we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. Hey, I believe, Lord, I believe that I found possible. Yeah, I believe, I believe, oh, I believe that I found possible. I believe that I will make it if I hold on to God's word. Yeah, greater is He that's in me than he that's in the world. Yeah, I believe in being the head and not the tail, and that God's word will never ever fail. I believe, oh, I believe, yeah. I believe in seasons and times, and that my finest hour will surely come. Hey, Lord, I believe. Hey, sing it. Oh, I believe that a thing, that a thing. I believe in my heart of hearts. I believe. I believe all things are possible. My, oh, my, oh, my, oh, my. Yeah. Said I. Come on now. Play that. I believe. Said I stand in a place to receive from you. No longer deceived. Lord,
truly, all things are possible. We just want to give God praise for this evening, for spending time. And I want to go around the room if you guys can give your last word. What impact or legacy you think Minister Daniel Nettey has left? Let's start with Mami Ephon and Nisai, then we'll go around the room.
For Nisai and I, even though BD is not here, he's very much a big part of our everyday life. At any given time in a conversation, somebody would just bust into something and it'd be like, oh, this is what BD will say. Or we would just say something and, we just go back and start rattling all the things BD will say. And we might say something like, Tete, and anytime you ask BD, how are you in Ghana, you say, Tete, and then he say, Timothy, he had all these witty things about him, or he would say, well, sandwich, and he'd say, yeah, he had all these witty things. And so for us, BD is very much a big part of, who we are, and he features very strongly. And, on his anniversary, I was thinking quite a bit about him, and the things that were coming to me is the fact that BD was truly ahead of his time. I look at myself and my ministry in terms of just my professional work and just who I'm being involved, and everything is connected. And especially in ministry, in doing music, the foundation BD laid. I mean, I was also very young, maybe 12 when I met BD. I'm 42 now, right? So that's a long time, So really, my introduction to music was through BD. And like Diana said, for me, BD is family. He's not, I don't see him as Minister Daniel, right? I see him as my brother. And to be able to see him, to see the person and not the other things that people just take him for. So it's very easy for us to, people like him lose their personhood. And so you can't see the human person behind the character or the leader he is. And for me, being able to connect with him on a personal basis is very important. And that allowed me to put away all the different things. And even in terms of ministry, no matter how big BB got, no matter how famous he became, he was so humble to the core. But his humility is not insecurity. His humility is not, presumptuous or arrogant. But he was so true to his calling that this is who God has called me to be. And I know that, and I'll say this to end, that when he would come and visit, I would always, get him to sing in in the churches I was going to, depending on where I was. And several times he got opportunities to come and actually be the resident pastor. And one time he said, I'm thinking about this, but I know that God has called me to do so many things, and whatever he's called me to do in Ghana, I've not done. So he turned down so many offers that I saw him do. And for me, that's the essence of a visionary and of a leader. And I'm so glad that he continues to be a part of my life.
And I just want to add something to that, because this week I was just journaling, leading up to this call, some things. And what Mama said at the end is something that really stuck with me, because I had a conversation with Danny when he was here. I think it was around 2006 or 2005. And there's an area here called Monterey. And Mama was in graduate school there. And so he went to minister at an AG church there. And the pastor felt so in love with him. He literally said, hey, come be my worship pastor here. And I remember driving back home and Danny saying to me, this is really enticing, but I have a lot of young people waiting for me back in Accra. And so to him, It was about the neocons, the Denzels, like the young people who he was raising mattered to him more than the opportunity to come and be a minister in
That
the
speaks
US.
that speaks
And the
volume.
other example, which goes back a little further, was in LA. So I was doing some work in LA, and then Danny came to visit. So we would fly down together from San Francisco to LA, and he would just hang out while I worked. And there was a guitar center, right across from the office. And so when I was working, he would just spend 8 hours straight at guitar center writing songs. And he would always tell me how many people would come to him and say, "Bro, we need you. I want to work with you. You have to stick around." But what centered him was his calling, and I think he never drifted from that. So no matter what, so the baton was passed, and that's what always gives me, some joy, knowing that he didn't sell out. Yeah, for people in ministry today.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's it.
Pastor Joseph Asman, please, as we run up.
Yeah, yeah. So Danny's just taught me one thing. Actually, it made the song, the lyrics, the words of the song. If I live, I live for you. Metiasia, metimao. I mean, Danny sang that song and he meant it and he lived it. And one of the things that really resonated with me when he died was the fact that we don't have much time on our hands. And so whatever our hands find to do now, we do it diligently. And so for me, Danny is still alive in our hearts. The reason why I cherish the relationship with Neo Kai, Koda, Joe Metal, Denzel, Reverend Denzel, Pastor Joe Debbie, and these ones is the fact that it is like a continuation of what Danny was doing. And so all of us have to take the cue from this that we don't have time in our hands. Whatever God has given unto us, do it and do it well now. We cannot
Amen.
procrastinate. We should live
Amen.
now. Yeah.
Amen. Neokai.
Well, just to put it simply, touching the Father's heart. Danny was all about touching the Father's heart. He was a mentor figure, a father figure. It's like almost everything that you think about doing. He's walked that path before, a trailblazer and all that. And before he would leave us unceremoniously, as I always put it, he found a way to make us aware of the important things about ministry by his own life and example. And so I'll leave it at that. Touching the Father's heart, making that the prime focus for what we do, why we do, when we do, just like Daniel would say.
Amen.
Yeah.
I want to go to Reverend Denzel, then I'll come to Pastor Joseph, and we'll let Koda close us. So, Gustavo, I'm cutting to you. Can you go ahead?
Things,
Yes.
yeah, so many things to share in terms of the impact he's made. But some things, I'll just say some things that he mentioned to me that I think it helps. The first thing he said is, never compromise your assignment for the praises of men. That's one thing he told me I never forget. He also told me one thing that really, really has shaped my life. He said, do not be concerned about the awards and the rewards of men. Be concerned about what God says about you in heaven. And that's one thing that has and that's one thing that has shaped me. I don't compromise. I don't compromise anything else for that which he calls the secret place worship. And that's one of the things he taught me that I learned. Secret place worship is more important than anything else. And he said something also that some people are pace setters and others are trend followers. And that's one thing he told me that stuck in my head. Danny was a pace setter. He was not concerned about making the name for himself. He was concerned about other people making the name based on what he had, endured. And I think that when you have that focus in ministry, you are comfortable in your assignment with your assignment, and you are not concerned about what other people, would say about you. Because I remember there are times that people used to say, "Oh, and Danny, won't you go for this? Won't you go for this?" He said, one thing he always said is, there's more of the crowns up in heaven that I want to gain for myself than what people will give me here. And sometimes you may misconstrue it and think of it as, he being, not wanting to, but that's one thing that I've learned from him. And another thing I learned from him is integrity is a very lonely road. It's it's a lonely road. Danny would not sell his assignments for anything. I remember offers that have been made in front of him. I remember one time, Don Moore and them, the William McDowell's, I think they wanted to sing I Will Worship You. He was like, no. It's like, no. He said, I'm not giving it out. And that one I remember it clearly. I remember we had a discussion. Pastor James, I remember we had a discussion about it. Like, man, this thing is going to open you up. He was like, nope. And your ability to say no is a reflection of your understanding of God's assignment for you. And sometimes it's important. And one of the things that I love about Danny, he doesn't surround himself with yes. He'll fight with you, he'll have his argument with you, but he'll make sure after he's done, you understand his purpose and his calling and where he's going. He wouldn't let you use your trend and what is happening to influence how he has to do his ministry. And I think that's one of the things. He gave me an opportunity. And one final thing I'll say is, if you want to be celebrated, learn to celebrate people. Danny always celebrated other people, even when he was not celebrated. Sometimes, me being somebody who was backing him up, sometimes they got to me like, but I learned something from that. And that's the fact that impact is not about the following you have. Impact is about the followers that you make. Having following is different from making followers. So making disciples is different from people hearing about what you have. And I think that he was more concerned about discipleship than anything. And his form of mentorship was always to commission people. Amen. And I learned a lot of patience with him. I learned a lot of patience. Yeah. So if you want to serve, you should learn to serve.
Awesome.
I am who I am because, see, I'll be honest, people got to hear of my name because Danny Nettey was a part of me. This song, Yes, You Are the Lord, that we sang. Most people, anytime people refer to it, the parts that Danny came in was what changed everything for me. And at that point in time for me, I was still learning on the stage. Because when he came, I was like, you could tell this is, and that's, after that, we had a long chat. So people should not follow the trend. They should follow they should focus on the assignment. Awesome. You may not be trending today, but hey, God knows why. Look at, just to cut, it looks like I'm preaching, but look at Sinach, Waymaker song. It was recorded like 4 or 5 years ago, but now everybody used to do it. And so I think that virtue of being able to be focused on the assignment and staying humble no matter where you get to. My first concert, Danny Nettey was on my mixer board. you cannot believe it. I mean, there are so many endless things that I've shared. And, you'll be there and he'll come to your office. He had a name he had for me. I'm not sharing that name here.
Please feel free to share.
Some people know that name, but let's keep it there. But I'm talking about somebody who gets, wherever he got to, did not influence his relationship with you. How many of us can say that? That wherever we get to, it won't influence our relationship. And so many things, so many lessons I have to share, but these ones I believe that will help us,
Awesome. I want to read something from someone, Kwame Ajakwa. He says, guys, his December 25th Danny and Friends show should not die. It should be an annual tribute concert. Some of us are ready to help raise the sponsorship for this. So this is on to us to keep that going. Thank you,
Pastor
Kwame. Yes, Pastor Jimmy. That's someone on the Facebook page writing that. I remember the first conference I came to, so we'll see what we can do. That definitely. So let's go to Pastor JB, and then we'll go to Koda, our big brother, to close us tonight. Please go ahead. What impact you believe Danny made?
Yeah, so I think a lot of it has been said already. Danny was a trailblazer, and in the sense of the word. I mean, people use the word trailblazer loosely, but I think Danny really blazed the trail. Now, today, if you look at the gospel music scene, you'll see contemporary music seems to have come mainstream. When Danny was pushing this, he was the odd one out. Everyone was trying to get him to, settle with the status quo. But the whole concept of it's about time meant that he kept pushing the limits and saying, "Well, there's so much more that we could do with our music." And I mean, if you listen to some of the things you played, from Rescue the Perishing,
Yeah.
I mean, what we are doing today as contemporary gospel music. And so I think God raised him just to move us in this direction. And I pray that many others will also be willing to pay the price, even when they're going against the current, so that they can move in the direction that God is leading. And I believe that many lives will be impacted because of that. And that is what we've seen about Danny, that he has made such a great impact. And some people are benefiting from this impact without even realizing that this is a guy who actually laid down his life literally to let us come this far. So I think his impact is an indelible impact. And we bless God for his life.
Amen. Amen. Koda.
I would say that for me as a young producer, engineer at the time, I had done Neo Kind's album, done something for Pastor Joe Beecham, Uncle Ato, and a few others. And I wouldn't say Neo Kind is my co-equal, is my senior, but they were around my generation, so it made sense if they had faith in me. But when Nettey asked me to produce the song we played, Lord, I believe that all things are possible, and he told, I didn't know he was joking or it was real. But then at a point in time, he told me the code that I need that thing finished. And I was like, Danny, we'll put it on the album. He said it is the title track of the album. And that is like a vote of confidence that you are placing in some small boy engineer that you can get your stuff done. Because he already had Uncle Zap mullet. And he didn't need me. You get a thing, but that vote of confidence, and it did not end with me. He did the same thing for Isaac. I did the same thing for Kofi Pabite, allowing him to produce and say that. And Lord, I believe doesn't sound sonically excellent, but he still said, it's fine, I love it. Before later in life, he opened me up to other things. So that is on the engineering side of me. The other major thing that Danny did for me was this. He insisted I could sing when I was more comfortable playing guitar. And the same word he used to my brother, big brother Niels, is what he said. He said, why do you keep hiding? Every time you're hiding behind the guitar. And I said, I said, Danny, I'm not hiding. Then he said, then drop that thing and come and sing. So for some of his 25th concerts, he cancelled my name from the band and said that I was an invited guest. Like me, what am I going to sing? So, and he would always get upset when I get on stage and I lose my voice or something. He said, Kofi, you are lazy with your vocals. And over time, I came to believe that I could sing because Nettey said I could sing. Fast forward, the other thing that he did for me was I noticed that my ministry was gravitating using more of our local rhythms to write songs, which was a little bit unlike him, my mentor at that time, because when I was doing things like the Guide Meals and all those other African things I was doing with English. So one day he called me and he said that I can see that this thing you're doing, you're not comfortable with it. And I said, no, I want to do the contemporary thing. And he said, Koda, I'm proud of you. That sound is unique. I want you to keep it. I want you to harness it and grow it. So that day, that was another vote of confidence, him telling me that there was nothing wrong with, because I always tease Neo Kai, said Neo Kai them have all the nice worship songs, and then I get to sing all the highlights and all the weird things that people love. But he told me I am an asset to the kingdom that is the sound God gave me. I should not be apologetic about it. I should work at it.
Amen.
So Danny is, God knows I love him.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Guys, I want to close with this video. I'm sure we'll all enjoy it. And then we're going to close. It sums it up for me to him.
We come together, oh God, this evening to give you that which is due you. Creation will cry out and bow before you, so we join in and we declare that you alone are. We say that you're God alone. Hallelujah. There is none like you, no, not one. Hallelujah. None compares to your word, Lord. There is none. No, 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 no. Worship and adore you. You alone are God. You're God alone. You're God alone. You are God alone. You are God.
There is
None like
you.
No,
not one.
it's all right to worship him with a lifting up our hands, say,
None compared
to your word,
to your word.
oh Lord,
There is
none. So hey, you're God alone. Yes, you are. You're God alone. You're God alone. You alone. Say you're God. Yes, you are. My, you alone. You alone. You alone. You alone. Yes, you are. You're God alone. You alone. You're God. Nobody like you. Beginning and the end. You are the Elohim, the El Shaddai. That's who you are. Say you're God. Hey, you are. You are. Somebody worship him. Declare it now. You're God. Come on, lift him up in the song. You're God. We searched all over and found out that none compares to who you are. So we come together as your people and we declare that you are God, the great I am. You say it. The great I am. There is none.
like you.
Say you are God.
You are God.
we sing that together? Can we lift it in this room? Say, you are God. God. Nobody like you. No, no. Hey. You're God alone. You're God alone. You God alone. You alone are God. Come on, Teddy, help me, son. You God alone. God alone. You God alone. God alone. Oh, somebody lift your hands and worship.
Wow. Indeed, it's God alone. I think that means so much to Danny. Panel tonight, we just want to thank God for all of you making it possible. To Danny's family, we just want to say that may the Lord God bless you. May the Lord God keep you all. May the Lord God make his face to shine upon you. Vero, Becky, Ike, Abby, the rest of the family in Ghana. God bless you all. Want to give God praise. Mommy, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was saying you left Christy out.
Oh, Christy, I'm sorry, Christy as well. God bless you all so much. Thank you for making it possible, Reverend Denzel, Neo Kai, Koda, Pastor GB, Pastor Joseph Asma, Mami Efron, Nisai. God bless you all. It's been a wonderful time spending your presence. I wish we have all day. I have, I think, almost 200 of Danny's songs that we could play and be here for weeks playing and reminiscing on how he impacted each and every one of us, and we want to give God praise. I will always cherish the moments we spend with him. My wife, he and my first son, he helped us pray. After so many years, we couldn't give birth, and he and CJ became buddies. It was tough for me to tell CJ, but he's okay with it now. He knows his uncle is in a better place, and we thank God for that. The peace that he left in each one of us, yes. I think let's keep cherishing it and keeping the fire burning and his memory go on. Go ahead, Nisa.
Yeah, so in 2005,
Yes.
actually July 14th, 2005, I have some notes that I took after a conversation with Danny about what he was looking to do next. And the caption, I just wanted to share 3 words that he made me write down. First word is efficiency. The second word is productivity. And the third word is excellence.
Amen.
And those were non-negotiables for him in how he went about his ministry. And so I just wanted to share that. Efficiency, productivity, and excellence in everything that we do. Yes.
I think we'll close with that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. This has been the Twin Room Worship Show. We want to give God praise as we remember this one. We've seen all your comments. I will post them and make them part of the video. Pastor Joe, the guy is going to contact you. We've already have a sponsor for December 25th, so please contact him before time pass. Koda, thank you all so much. I want to thank you all. Anil Kai, thank you. Reverend Denzel, thank you. God bless you all. It's been a wonderful time. I had some old videos. If you guys stick around, they will not go live, Pastor Denzel, because I wanted to show your face. Back in the day, some old videos that Daniel Lever will go off live. And want to say to our audience, thank you for watching. Thank you for spending this last hour. God bless you all so much. Have a wonderful week. I pray for you that may the peace of God, may goodness and mercy follow each and every one of you. May this week be blessed. May the Spirit of the Lord defend you. May the angels of the Lord defend you. Until next